In the previous tutorial, we visualized our distribution of customers by age bands. And we talked about bins, we created a new categorical variable for age when it's binned, and we created this amazing chart. Now let's go ahead and save this worksheet as age distribution. And also let's just save our workbook in general because we haven't done that in a while. And now what we're going to do is create a new chart. And let's have a look here. Now in our dimensions, you'll notice that we have a new dimension, which is age bin. Oh, wow. What a surprise. Where did that come from? Well, yeah, we created that in the previous tutorial. So what we want to do now is, how about we take advantage of this and go ahead and create a kind of like an A/B test that we were doing previously, or a classification test, but now with this new variable. So we already have our tests here. So let's take one of them. Let's say this one, and we'll duplicate the sheet. We'll move the sheet to the end, and we will call this age. Just call it age because that'll tell us that it's not a distribution because it doesn't have the word distribution. And now we'll just take age bin and we'll drag it to replace is active member. And let's make some space. What I would like to do here is get rid of the text label because it's taking up too much space. Maybe let's shrink this now because there's less labels. So there you go. As you can see, we've got a beautiful distribution, or actually test. This is not a distribution. These are percentages. It's a beautiful test has been already created for us. And how quick was that? I just want to focus on that for a second. How quick did we create this test? It's amazing. What can we see from here? Well, we still have our average line, as you remember from the previous section. That's how many people leave the company, or from this sample, how many people left over the observed period of time. So if I take out age and remove it, you'll see that right away. That's our 80%, 80-20 split of people who stayed and left. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z to return age. So that's our average, that how people leave. So here you can see right away that people in the lower age bands are less likely to leave, and people in the higher age bands are also very much less likely to leave. People that do leave quite a lot, or the age bands that are at most risk, are these age bands over here between 45 and 60. So 40 and 65, they're about average, even though 40 is a bit higher. But between 45 and 65 years old, people are at a very high risk of leaving. So those are the customers that are for some reason leaving this bank. And that is something that you need to, like something that can be put into reports. You can investigate that further, understand why these customers are leaving, why customers between 35 and 40 are less affected, or because customers between 25 and 40 are less affected, and so on, why these customers are not affected. So that would have been, that's already great insights. But at the same time, remember that thing we talked about, that you have to make sure that you're avoiding anomalies, or kind of anomalies that are there due to insignificance of your test, or they are there because there's a lack of records. So here you can see right away there's a couple of those that might be suspicious. For instance, 100% here, 100%, 100%. It does look, because these are the tails of your distribution, so not this distribution, your age distribution, the one that we looked at previously, because they are the tails of the distribution, there might be not too many records here. And so how do you check that everything is going smoothly? Well, we'll find that out in the next tutorial. I will show you how to combine the two charts, how to combine your age distribution chart and your test chart, so that you can very quickly visually assess what is a significant result and what is a non-significant result. And I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial. And until then, happy analyzing.